Okay, we're going to move on to
Page 15.
Oh. What's that?
Page 15.
Page 15, actually page 14. Guy Conan Stewart posted to the Cerebus Facebook group. The origin of Dirty Fleagle with a question mark, and Angelo Torres began his career in the early 1950s assisting his studio mate Al Williamson on EC titles such as Valor, together with Frank Frazetta and Roy Krankel, known as the Fleagle Gang. The story on that, I don't think I was consciously thinking of the Fleagle Gang. I'm not even sure if I knew the story behind that. That was Harvey Kurtzman's spontaneous witticism when however many of these guys were in the EC office. It was Kurtzman was there, working on Kurtzman stuff with Elder and Gaines and wohoever else. And it happened to be a day when Frazetta and Torres and Woodbridge and Krankel, or three of them, whichever three of them, came in and just sort of, burst into whatever office it was that Kurtzman was in. And Kurtzman just went, "It's the Fleagle Gang." And I think that the reason that Kurtzman said that is because Kurtzman was a generation older than those guys, and to Harvey, it was okay. I'm used to cartoonists being cartoonists, just sort of like regular guys. These are, from my perspective and from my age group here in the 1950s, these look like hoodlums. And they did. I mean, if you look at that photo, if you said that these are, pictures of heavily armed juvenile delinquents in a park in New York City in 1954, it would be as likely as saying these are legendary cartoonists in their late teens and early 20s. It looked to Harvey Kurtzman like what is our world coming to, where these are middle class kids. I mean, they're not from poor homes, or they're not from any kind of they weren't born gangsters, but they look like gangsters, and they're consciously trying to look like gangsters. They're trying to look as threatening as they possibly can, and they're cartoonists. Why would cartoonists look like this? And it's like, in the 1950s, things looked very different to guys in their 20s than it did to guys in their 30s, and we've been going down that road ever since.
Well, I mean, looking at the photo, I very much see Brando in The Wild One.
Right.
Which came out a year before that photo was taken, so that would very much have been guys going, "Oh yeah, I want to be Brando."
That's right. Which, horrified society, and justifiably horrified society. Why do you want to look like that? This isn't a hero. This is a villain. And it's like, no, he's not a villain. He's just cool. And it's like, no, he's not cool. He's a villain. Anyway, okay. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Guy, because I love that. I love that whole angle to things. I love that whole, particularly in the 1950s, and particularly with with movies and television, and with Marlon Brando, and then with Elvis Presley. It was, we're going down a wrong road. This is not a good way for young men to be. But too late now.